with spring in the air. Well, spring is almost in the air, Linda.
Maybe a little bit of spring. The days are getting longer.
So we're hoping. But of course, it's been a very interesting year. Starting off last year, of course, with the election of Donald Trump.
Yes.
We had the Academy Awards fiasco, which we're not going to talk about, but nevertheless, surprises. And the surprises are always really something that investors are never happy about.
No, the markets don't like surprises. The market likes to be aware of what possibly could happen, which is probably pretty unrealistic, but nevertheless.
In the last little while, the markets have enjoyed quite a gain. As a matter of fact, they've reached the point where a lot of people are concerned, can this go on forever? And really, this isn't the case generally.
No, it never goes on forever. So there are really a lot of thoughts that there would be corrections, and I think that that's quite possible. I expect, as I have said before, that this could be a very volatile year. We have a very difficult person to read at the helm for the...
We're talking about the United States, of course.
Yes, at the helm of the USA, who doesn't really think before he engages speaking. So it can be quite interesting as to the fallout from that. And so that alone could cause a lot of volatility, never mind any other sorts of things that could happen in the world.
Of course, Mr. Trump could be tempered, as we saw in his address to Congress.
Yeah.
And of course, there's other factors as well, too. There's a whole lot of elected representatives in the United States who are concerned, as elected representatives are everywhere, about their political future and about the direction in which their country will be going. So really, if you take it all in all, I think that we do have a degree of optimism.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, business probably isn't going to suffer under Mr. Trump. So as a result, it does provide interesting opportunities for growth, and that's why the markets have been as positive as they have been. They're looking at the potential tax breaks that he's proposing he will provide, and those are actually more likely for Congress to pass, because the average guy on the street isn't going to complain about things that are going to reduce taxes, even if it's more for business. They don't always look at it as being a bad thing either, because that means their jobs potentially either grow or are more secure, and we're seeing that. And strangely enough, as much as people thought Canada was going to be in a funk this year, it looks like there's a bit more growth than was anticipated coming along.
But nonetheless, there will be, at some time, if history is any indication, there will be a pullback in the markets.
For sure.
That is inevitable. But it represents opportunities, and it's interesting. We have a quote here from Warren Buffett, who happens to be
sort of the best investor in the world.
And one of the world's richest men. And he got there, not by accident, but by taking advantage of opportunities. And this is what he had to say. And this just recently came out. He says, "A market downturn doesn't bother us. For us and our long-term investors, it's an opportunity to increase our ownership of great companies with great management at good prices. Only for short-term investors and market timers is a correction not an opportunity."
Yeah, for sure. So, as always, if you're looking at any of your money being short-term, then we always put it in a safe place, because we know that we don't want to have to worry about the market ups and downs. But for the monies that we have placed that are for your longer term goals, which longer term is 7 years and beyond, and many of you have things that you want to protect down the road, certainly if nothing else to have inflation protection to be able to continue living the standard you want, or having more money when you retire in order to continue enjoying life, then you're the longer term investor, and you're quite happy to take advantage of these opportunities.
And the people who manage money, these are the people, of course, that we entrust with our money, who do this on a regular basis. They just don't,
Absolutely.
They're not market timers, they're not speculators. They deal with our money as if it were their own money. And matter of fact, in certain cases, some of the firms that we deal with, all of their own personal money is in their own investments.
Absolutely.
So that gives you a lot of confidence. So we thought it'd be a good time now, with spring in the air, we hope, to talk about the fact that those market numbers seem to upset some people and they reach what they regard as unnatural highs, which they may or may not be in the long term, probably not. But in the short term, one thing we have to warn against is market timing.
Absolutely.
Those people who say, okay, now's the time to get out.
Or get in.
Or get in, because oftentimes you end up losing money by doing that.
For sure, for sure.
So any final words now with spring
Well,
in the
we're
air?
also spring in the air. It's also heading towards tax time.
Oh, yes.
And so you'll be getting bombarded, if you haven't already had quite a bit of mail for your tax slips. And taxes will start here as far as us looking after that in mid-March. So that week of the 13th is when we will start looking after processing tax returns. And if anybody needs any of your tax envelopes or any other assistance that way, just let us know.
So thanks for viewing, and once again, if you have any questions,
Yeah,
always email us or give us a call. Thanks for viewing.
great. Have a good March.